History shows us something terrifying. World wars do not begin with announcements. They do not start with speeches broadcast to the world or declarations signed in public view. They begin quietly, with decisions made behind closed doors, with classified briefings, with phrases like limited response and contained operation. Tonight we explore a warning, not a prediction. A possible chain of events involving the United States and Venezuela that, under the wrong conditions, could spiral beyond control. And we ask a question the world fears to face. Could a regional crisis ignite World War III? Venezuela is not just another country in crisis. It holds the largest proven oil reserves on Earth, a resource that still fuels the global economy. Its geography places it at the heart of the Western Hemisphere, only hours from U.S. shores. And its leadership has spent decades in open confrontation with Washington. President Nicolas Maduro has survived years of economic sanctions, political isolation, internal unrest, international pressure, and repeated predictions of collapse. From a strategic standpoint, Venezuela represents more than instability. It represents energy leverage, ideological resistance, a symbolic challenge to U.S. influence, and a potential foothold for rival superpowers in America's traditional sphere. To Washington, Caracas is not just a problem. It is a pressure point, and pressure points are where history often breaks. World-shaking conflicts rarely begin with invasions. They begin with triggers. A disputed election that sparks protests, intelligence reports alleging foreign weapons transfers, claims of human rights atrocities, accusations of threats to regional stability or neighboring states. In a warning scenario, policymakers begin to say the same sentence history has heard before: diplomacy has failed. At that moment, the conversation changes. Sanctions are deemed insufficient. Statements become sharper. Options appear on classified slides. Not invasion, not occupation, but targeted action. A decapitation strategy, removing leadership to force rapid political collapse. The objective would not be conquest. It would be shock. The belief would be simple: remove the head, and the body will fall. Such an operation would depend on overwhelming intelligence, dominance, speed and secrecy, precision strikes, and minimal civilian exposure. From a planning room, it looks clean, contained, manageable. But history does not unfold in planning rooms. Here lies the danger. Even limited actions can trigger unlimited consequences. The moment news breaks, control is lost. Global markets react in seconds. Social media outruns official statements. Allies demand explanations. Adversaries sense opportunity. The United Nations Security Council is called into emergency session. Russia frames the action as Western imperialism and regime change by force. China warns of global destabilization and violation of sovereignty. Military alerts quietly rise. Cyber units move to active posture. Satellite monitoring intensifies. Oil prices spike overnight. Shipping insurance rates explode. Supply chains tighten. No one fires a missile yet, but the world is already on the edge. Because modern war does not begin with explosions. It begins with commitments. Alliance obligations are activated. Defensive treaties are reviewed. Naval patrols increase in contested waters. Cyber attacks begin deniable, unattributed, escalating. Financial systems flicker. Communications are disrupted. False signals appear on radar screens. A single naval encounter in the Caribbean. A misinterpreted aircraft maneuver. A hacked warning system. And suddenly restraint is replaced by reaction. World War III would not begin with one battle. It would begin with retaliation, misjudgment, escalation without intent, and decisions made too quickly to reverse. History warns us. World War I began with a single assassination that leaders believed would remain local. World War II began with a regional invasion that others chose not to stop. In today's interconnected world, speed is the enemy of reason. Leaders would have minutes, not days, to decide. Information would be incomplete. Pressure would be immense. A misread radar signal, a false intelligence alert, a single overreaction meant to send a message. That is how global war truly begins. Not with evil intent, but with cascading decisions no one planned to make. This scenario is not a prediction. It is a warning. The danger is not Venezuela. The danger is not the United States. The danger is not Russia or China. The danger is escalation without exit. In an era of instant retaliation and global interdependence, no conflict remains local for long. The world today stands on invisible fault lines: economic, military, digital, and psychological. What prevents catastrophe is not power. It is restraint. Because once World War III begins, history will not ask who was right. It will ask why. When the warning signs were clear, no one stopped it.